Do you know that there are signs that you were never really in love? When you are in love, this is something that doesn't easily go away. You may feel like the person you are with is the one you are supposed to be with forever, and you look forward to seeing them each day. You may also want to do things with them, hear what they have to say, and engage in an intimate relationship with them. If these things start to fade and you don't have these feelings anymore, this may mean that you were never in love. Moreover, if you were never in love, you may have an inkling that you aren't. If something just never felt right, this is one of the strongest signs you were never in love. Don't ignore that feeling if it is something that you have experienced. When you are having to try too hard to make it work, and it still isn't, it may not be meant to be. Any relationship can have its ups and downs, but when you feel like there's no point in making up or putting in the effort, this is likely because you never were in love. 1. You don't feel like making it work. Once you start to notice that you really don't feel like giving your relationship a chance, this may be a good indication that you were never in love. You should feel like making the relationship work if you love and care about someone. It is necessary to maintain relationships of all types if you want to make them work. 2. You argue a lot. If you find yourself arguing with your partner nearly every time you see them, this may tell you that you were never in love. While most couples will have arguments at times, this isn't the only type of communication that should be taking place. Additionally, when you aren't able to agree on anything, you may not be compatible anymore. 3. You aren't making up after arguments. After you argue with each other, do you make peace? If you do not, this probably means that you don't really care enough to settle an argument. You should know that any time you do want to learn how to settle arguments or communicate better, you can speak to a counselor for advice. They should be able to teach you techniques that will help you communicate with your significant other more effectively. 4. You don't talk to each other. You may not be talking to each other at all besides arguing, and this is something that should make you stop and think. If you are unable to talk to your mate at all, you possibly were never in love with your spouse. It is beneficial to learn about your partner, so you can talk about your interests, your past, and what is going on in your life. 5. You have no interest in what they say anyway. Even if your partner talks to you, this may be of little importance to you. When you don't feel like you care at all about what your significant other is saying, this should probably tell you that you are not in love with them anymore. 6. You have anxiety around them. If you have anxiety around your mate and don't feel much else towards them, this is something that might send you a clear message. You may be feeling anxious because you don't want to be in the relationship anymore, or because you feel like you were never in love with. 7. You aren't worried about what they're doing. Have you noticed that you don't care about what your significant other is doing? If you never find yourself concerned about where they are, what they are doing, and if they are safe, this is one of many obvious signs you were never in love. 8. You don't feel the need to fill them in. Besides not caring about what they are doing, you may also think that you don't need to fill them in on your activities. Perhaps you are making decisions without them and not involving them in the process at all. For example, you may be making dinners just for you, not asking them what they want to eat, not cooking for them, or making changes to the household that they didn't agree to. Generally speaking, when you are a couple, it's helpful to make decisions together, so everyone gets some input. You are likely no longer in love with your partner if you don't include or consider them when you are making decisions. 9. They get on your nerves. Everyone has quirks, and some of them may be off-putting. However, when your mate gets on your nerves all the time or starts to annoy you, and you are unable to get over it, you may need to rethink your relationship. You might find it hard to recall a redeeming quality in your partner. When this is the case, there probably isn't much you can do to remedy the problem. 10. You don't get feelings around them anymore. Did your partner used to give you butterflies when they would walk into the room? If those are gone, and you feel like they may never come back, this might not have been the love that you were feeling. You could have just liked your mate, and the feelings have since disappeared. That's it for the video. If you enjoyed it, then hit the like button and subscribe to our channel.